Hi there, this is Patrick Lang. I'm the founder and CEO of Certainty Management. We're a profit consulting firm headquartered in Henderson, Nevada. We're about 10 minutes from the Las Vegas airport. If you don't know where Henderson is, it's a suburb of Henderson. I think, one of the two nicer parts of town, if you will. People talk a lot about Henderson and Summerlin, and we live on the east side. Summerlin's on the west side. But we are a veteran-owned company. I was in the Army for several years, served in counterintelligence and counterterrorism, received an honorable discharge, and that was many, many years ago. But I was also a linguist. I speak fluent Italian and conversational Spanish. I'm also the co-founder of a technology joint venture firm named Certainty Global, together with Frank Hellring. And I'm the headliner host of the Voice America Business Radio show, Finding Certainty. This is a weekly talk show every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific. If you'd like to check it out, you can go to certaintylive.com. So the purpose for this video is I wanted to tell you briefly our story and introduce you to our company, what we do, who we are, how we're seeking to help customers across the country and also overseas. See, we have associates across the coast, across North America, from coast to coast. We have clients in all 50 states, as well as abroad. With Certainty Global especially, we have international projects that we're involved with in the energy space, indoor air quality, NIL, which is the name, image, likeness space of college sports these days, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of things we have our hands in. But ultimately, it's all about driving more dollars to our customers' bottom lines. It's about helping them to make more and to keep more. We also encourage them to give more. We can actually help them do so if they're interested. See, I started Certainty Management as a sole proprietorship. I was the only employee. We had one product line. This was back in 2019. So we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary this year. But I started it as really out of necessity more than anything. I was the VP of sales for a company in the Northwest named Nuquo Group. They're a cost reduction firm focused on imaging contracts. These are your printer and copier contracts. It was started by my best friend who spent 30 years in the industry. And I needed to leave the Northwest and move to San Diego. My wife was in need of some medical care. We decided to relocate. So unfortunately, I was going to have to resign my position and find something else. Well, I talked to Mark about it, and he said, why don't you just become an independent contractor? You can just still refer us business. We'll just pay you a commission. You just won't have to come to any of the meetings. And so I went to work for another company down in San Diego, was going to do Nuquo on the side, kind of put it on the back burner. Well, when COVID hit, that opportunity there in San Diego kind of dried up. It was they didn't go out of business, but they ran out of leads. They ran out of sales. There was not a lot of work to do. And so I thought, well, if I'm ever going to start my own business, maybe now's the time to do it. When you're in your 50s, it's a little hard to put a resume out and find something that pays you what you're worth, pays you what you're used to making. I'd been making 6 digits for a long time, and I'd made companies millions of dollars. And I thought, I could probably make more than enough to cover our bills, and maybe even more if I did something on my own. That was the birth of Certainty Management. So I went to work working exclusively with Nuquo and eventually added in lending and finance and some other things that paid faster. See, Nuquo Group is an extraordinary project. It's our biggest vendor. It's the one we've seen the most success in over the years, mostly because it's the one we've done the longest. But the commissions on it can be very large, 5, 6, even 7 digits if you landed the right customer. The drawback to Nuquo is that they take a while to come through and to install and fund. It could be several months before you get paid. And so out of necessity, we had to find something in addition to Nuquo, and that was the birth of our suite of services. We started adding additional services so we could get paid faster. I wanted to create some divisions that would pay residually, and we were introduced to additional product lines that we looked at. We've tried a couple that didn't work out, that we decided after time they weren't a good fit for us. We are offered opportunities on almost a daily basis, companies coming to us now asking us to represent them. And we turn down about 99% of those. If we decide to bring on an additional product line, we do so very cautiously, very carefully, and we're very picky about who we represent. So basically, we've done three things over the last 4 years, four coming up on 4.5 years, that have changed our company. I think fundamentally, number one is I decided to add on additional product lines. As I said, NuQuo is still a big part of what we do. We have, we had a rep this year who earned over six digits with one customer through his NuQuo sales, a big pharmaceutical company who landed a contract for them. It's printer and copier contracts, and we have we have other reps with jobs in the pipeline for NuQuo. You can make a lot of money with NuQuo, but it does take some time to wait for them to fund and actually pay out. And so it's not something you want to put all your eggs in that basket, although it's a fantastic product line. I can tell you more about that in a minute here. The second thing we did, and I say we, I'm referring to my wife Tesha and me. The second thing we decided to do is to start adding in additional affiliates. One of the very first of those was Victoria Foster, who is now our director of sales. She has 25 years of experience with Canon. So she's our resident expert in all things printer and copier. And then we brought on Jill McCauley, who her dad and my dad have been friends since they were children. They've known each other their entire lives, almost 80 years now. And Jill came onto the team, and eventually they both became partners. We decided to add additional affiliates, and now we have affiliates or associates or resellers, as we call them, all across the country. And we actually opened it up to ownership to the team a couple of years ago, and we now have additional partners that own a small piece from 1% up to 20% in the case of Victoria, up to various percentages of certain management. I own 51% of the company, and I gave up 49% to additional affiliates. We wanted this company to be employee owned. We wanted it to be kind of like Winco in that sense, or there's other companies out there where they've given shares or stock options to their employees, to their team members. Now, we don't have employees. Everyone who works for us is an independent contractor. However, we did make that opportunity available a little while back. It no longer exists, but a few of the team members stepped up. I did that for two main reasons. One, we were working through COVID and we needed the funding, the infusion to survive. And two, I really wanted team members who had a vested interest in what we were building. And you'll find as you get to know our team, if you are accepted into our lineup, that you're in good company. We have some extraordinary team members who are very excited, very committed to what we're doing. And we have a team that is comprised of some of the most quality people I've ever worked with. So let me tell you about our 7 divisions. I have another video that goes together with this. If you are invited to join our team, it goes into more detail about the culture, about what is expected, et cetera, et cetera. You are an independent contractor, so we don't tell you when to work or really how to work. We expect you to have integrity. We expect you to show up when you say you will and be honest, and we expect you to make an effort, right? But it is your business. You are in business for yourself, just not by yourself. You're a 1099 contractor, and you can work as much or as little as you like. We have many people on our team who work part-time, many retirees and others who do this in a very small amount of time. Good example of that, my own mother was, she's in her late 70s. She's a retired English professor. A couple years ago, she asked me if she could refer business to us. And I said, sure. I said, absolutely, Mom. I said, if you come across someone or know someone who we could help, send them my way. I'll pay you just like I pay anybody. Well, she made over $100,000 this last year just through referral. She literally sold a guy sitting next to her eating a hot dog at Costco. And I just started talking with him, asked him what he did, how many employees he had. 5 minutes later, she was signing him up for one of our tax credit recovery programs. And so there's a lot of money to be made. It's I believe the type of job most of us have been looking for a long time because you set your own schedule. You can earn as much as you want. There's no income cap. You can work from anywhere in the world. You can sell it anywhere in the US. And depending on the product line, we have product lines you can also sell overseas. And you can have true time and money freedom, unlike maybe you've ever experienced before. So um, we basically built the company or the kind of company and organization that we always wanted to work for. Right? I've worked for several companies over the years, been in sales for 38 years now. And, ultimately I've had some good employers, had some great mentors, and worked for some really fantastic organizations, but there was always something lacking, right? There's always something that you wish was different. What I've tried to do and what we have tried to do here at Certainty Management is create the kind of organization that we always wanted to work for that removed those negatives that we always regretted or just weren't very happy with. Things like, F bombs and dirty stories in their sales meetings. You won't hear that here at Certainty Management. The politics, the competition. Competition is great, but when it becomes ugly, or undercutting, that's not acceptable. Right? We wanted a company that had an open door policy. We wanted a company that it was positive and uplifting and encouraging. Right? We wanted to set our own schedule. We wanted to work from anywhere in the world, and we wanted to be able to earn what we knew we were worth. We've created a company where the field gets the lion's share of every payout. Okay, literally every dime we earn, we pay out approximately 60% to the field. The rest is split up between myself, partners, and the expenses of the company. And so, again, that's a big part of the kind of company we were looking for. We didn't want a 10% commission and then 90% going to the company. We wanted the lion's share, the majority going to the field, because without sales, you have nothing. That's what we have decided was a very important principle here at Certainty Management. So, talk about working from anywhere. I just got back from a trip to the South Pacific. We were in Fiji for 3 weeks. Then we spent about 10 days in Kauai over Christmas. I flew my boys over and joined us. I didn't work all the time, but I did work early in the mornings. I did get some things done. Been working on our new website that's coming out, etc. And haven't shaved since I left. No shave November grew into December, but I might just keep it going. Who knows? Although it does belie my age a little bit. Most people are surprised to hear that I'm turning 55 this year, and but my baby face is betrayed by the white whiskers in my beard. So anyway, let me share with you the 7 divisions we represent. I don't want this video to go too long, but I want you to understand what we do. Okay, because one of the unique things about what we do is we help our clients without, in most cases, having to ask them to write a check. Okay, there's no upfront or out of pocket costs. Really, the only exception to that is when they invest in lower cost benefits, or they invest in our indoor air quality technology or energy technology. But all of those are designed to lower what they're currently spending. So in a very real sense, we're putting money back in their pockets, even when they do have to step forward and agree to terms or write a check or whatever the case might be. But we have 7 main divisions, as I said. The first is our banking platform, what we call our banking ecosystem or banking partner. It's a company that has come up with a very unique banking ecosystem and card. It's a MasterCard, accepted anywhere in the world that MasterCard is accepted. But when you use that card, it will literally double your buying power. Okay, you spend $1, you get $1 in value back. You spend $1,000, you get $1,000 back. And you can turn around and use those dollars again within our e-commerce site. I won't go into it in more detail right here, but just know that it's a franchise opportunity. You can participate in it if you'd like to as part of certainty management. You can earn extraordinary residuals and income and benefits and so forth. We have 4 people on our team already who've qualified for bonuses as much as 150,000 a year. That's just their bonus, not counting everything they're going to earn from their swipes, et cetera, et cetera. See, if you refer someone to the ecosystem, to the card, you get paid every time they use their card. You can qualify for big bonuses fairly quickly, residuals, grants, et cetera, et cetera. I won't go into it in detail now. Just know that it's one of our divisions. We're very encouraged by, looking forward to how it can bless our customers, help put more money back in their pocket, and bless those they know as well. If they refer others to the program, we get paid on those customers as well. There's that referral marketing element to it as well, and yet it's we're going through the paces to be a franchise in all 50 states. There's about 40 that are easy to do, about 10 take a little bit longer, and we're very excited to see what can come of this relationship. Second thing we do, as I mentioned, is benefits. Okay, there's a lot of companies out there who are struggling with the cost of healthcare. It's one of the biggest concerns for Americans today. And we can come in and reduce their healthcare costs by 30 to 70%. We have programs that can help them provide benefits for the first time if they haven't or aren't, for as little as $30 a month for the entire family. Now, this isn't major medical, but it can get them unlimited telemedicine, it can get them counseling benefits, et cetera, et cetera. We even have a program that costs the employer nothing, costs their employees nothing, and provides $1,500 worth of benefits to those employees. Literally 15 different benefits to the employees that are free. The commissions on that are some of the biggest commissions that we can earn. We believe it'll be our biggest earner this year. And literally, you earn $75 per employee up front, and then another 75 cents per employee every month residually. Go find a big organization with 10,000 employees. You just made $750,000. So, very big commissions available if you introduce us to the right customer in that respect. The benefits are a big draw for us, are a good door opener. This program is called the PHI. It will open up a lot of doors for you because, again, you don't have to ask the customers to pay anything. The employer doesn't pay anything. The employees pay nothing. It's designed to help them with recruiting, retention, and designed to help employees get more healthy. See, if we can make Americans healthy, we can help reduce the costs of Medicare in the future. That's why this is a bipartisan program. It's supported by the Democrats and the Republicans. They're working across the aisle. Imagine that. They're working to help reduce the future costs of Medicare. There have been billions of dollars earmarked and set aside for this program. There are millions of dollars waiting. We know how to go and recover our customers' share. So that's the second thing we do is benefits. The third is what we call net zero or carbon neutral. Obviously, the ESG and green initiatives these days are a big deal. In fact, many companies are facing penalties, significant penalties, if they don't meet the carbon neutral requirements or ESG requirements before a specific date. Usually, in many states, it's 2025. They can be facing millions of dollars in penalties if they don't make their properties carbon neutral, if they don't hit those net zero goals. One of our partners can help them do exactly that. We can significantly improve the indoor air quality of a property. We can mitigate all of the pathogens, I mean, COVID, flu, influenza, et cetera, and reduce their costs, their HVAC costs, which is the biggest expense for most buildings. We can reduce their costs by 30% or even more. It could be as much as 50, 60%, depending on the technologies in which they invest. Not only this, but we can, in many cases, help them qualify for tax incentives that more than recoup what they invested in them. We even have terms. So it's an absolute no-brainer for a commercial property or a large corporate or commercial customer, maybe a civic center, community buildings, a big public venue, a hospital, a apartment building, hotel, et cetera, et cetera. It's a no-brainer because they are going to make back more than they put into it, and we will finance it for them if they need to. These again can be some of the largest commissions that you can earn. Now, there's one of the nice things about that is we can also sell it anywhere in the world. The banking currently is domestic, but it is going international. The benefits are domestic. The net zero property, the indoor air quality project, is international. We can do it anywhere in the world. Talk a little bit about our cost reduction work. Okay, there's several ways that we can reduce costs for our customers. We can analyze their IT costs, their telecom, their shipping costs, et cetera, et cetera. We have some very strong partners that specialize in this space. Depending on the project, they can take a little bit of time to do the analysis and implementation and so forth. But this is one more way that we're helping our customers to improve their profitability. It's one of the best ways. It's a little more complex, but we go by a principle we refer to as PPG. It stands for peak interest, pass the baton, and get out of the way. See, we don't, when we were creating this company and designing that business we always wanted to work for, we didn't want to have a bunch of paperwork, a bunch of headaches, ongoing complicated installation or inventory, customer service. We are a sales organization. We want to open the door, pass that baton to the vendor, and get out of their way. And that's exactly what we do with our cost reduction, with the benefits, the banking. In a very real sense, we are the door opener. We're the finders. The vendors do the rest. Okay. Talked a little bit about Nuquo at the beginning of this video. That's our print copy renegotiation service. Nuquo has clients in all 50 states. We've seen millions of dollars saved for our customers and theirs. We've seen over $250 million in contracts saved, in contracts influenced in just this one division alone. I mean, they have enormous customers like Spires Coca-Cola and Gilbane Construction and Royal Caribbean, et cetera, et cetera. These can be 6-digit commissions. If you land the right customer, you just have to collect a few documents, submit them with a cover page, get out of the way, and let Nuquo go to work. It's an extraordinary opportunity. And what's great about it is the customer pays nothing up front, nothing out of pocket. They don't have to switch vendors to save. They don't have to buy new equipment to save. In most cases, they get new equipment, free upgrades, but they pay zero upfront or out of pocket. We get paid out of the savings. They keep 70%. We keep 30%. If it's a nonprofit, 75-25. But it is an enormous industry, a multi-billion-dollar arena that's unregulated, has few, if any, checks or balances. And as a result, we can save customers a great deal. In most cases, we find customers are being taken to cleaners. There's significant savings to be found. Talked a little bit about how we can help provide benefits to our customers, both lower costs, major medical and insurance and healthcare membership plans and so forth, and also this preventative healthcare initiative that can help give them free benefits every year. You could call that a recovery program, but it's really a benefit program. But we also do a number of different tax credit recovery services. The employee retention tax credit will pay any company with up to 500 W-2 employees up to $28,000 per employee. Even 10 employees, they can earn $250,000 at no cost to them out of pocket. Most cases, they pay 20%. The accounting firm who does the work pays 80%. We make a 10% commission. There's a newer program called the self-employed tax credit. This is for any 1099s out there. They can receive up to $32,220. I mean, literally a couple who are both 1099 can receive up to $64,440. Same thing, 80-20 split. We get 10% commission on it. They pay nothing up front, nothing out of pocket. So the tax credit recovery that we do. And there's other types of tax credit. The FICA tax credit is involved with the PHI. There's R&D credits. There's several different tax credits and grants out there. We can help our customers in some significant ways. There's more competition in this space. A lot of people trying to do it, but we can earn some very big commission. That's where my mom, I mentioned earlier, Sue, she she earned all of her income through the employee retention credit this year, almost without fail. Almost a couple of NUCO jobs, but mostly ERC. It's for real. The drawback to it is the ERC and the SCTC do expire in April of 2025. The PHI does not. It will continue for many years to come. So recovery is one of our divisions. It's a big piece of what we do. So I've talked about banking, talked about benefits, talked about net zero, cost reduction, printers and copiers, recovery, and there are a number of different ways in which we can help our customers, as I said, put more dollars on their bottom line, make more and keep more. We refer to what we do as the Magnificent Seven. You think about the old Western where the heroes come to town and save the villagers and come to their rescue. We help protect them, help serve them. Yeah, it's a little bit of a play on words, but we always was always one of my favorite movies growing up with Yul Brynner, and they redid it later on, years later, with Kiefer Sutherland and some other actors, but it was the Magnificent Seven. Okay, now there are there are a lot of customers out there who are in need of funding, and we have a division that also does lending and finance of basically any kind. If they need line of credit, if they need equipment financing, they'd like a loan against some commercial real estate, they're going to get a better rate if they have collateral. Maybe they're importing something and they need supply chain financing or purchase order financing. Number of different ways we can help. This is one more way we can help with their profitability. There's, as you know, usually a couple of ways to improve profits, either to lower costs or to increase sales. Well, oftentimes takes money to make money. And so this is another way we help our clients to improve their profitability, to grow, expand their companies, to grow their companies, and to be able to make more, keep more, and hopefully give more. We talk about giving more because we realized not too long ago, just about, I guess it's been several months now, but we realized that using what we're good at, we could do more than just make income. We could actually make a difference. We could do more than just do business. We could do some good. We started a program called the Certainty Partners Program, which is designed to help nonprofits raise unlimited zero cost funding. We can do that through our banking platform. We can do it through our cost reduction work, our tax credit recovery work. Won't go into detail here, but just know that there are several ways that we can help the nonprofits in our communities to do more of the good that they're doing. These are the churches, the schools, the youth sports organizations, foundations, children's hospitals, veterans organizations, and the list goes on. This is part of our business I'm probably most excited about because, as I say, you never see a hearse pulling a U-Haul to the cemetery, right? You can't take it with you. If you will come to understand how important it is to pay it forward, to give back, I believe if you put it out there, it comes back to you tenfold. We try to teach this to our clients and help them understand. We show them how we can help the nonprofits, the churches and schools and so forth that they care about through our work. It becomes really a glorious partnership through which we can do some good and not just help their business do better, but actually help them thrive, help them find more satisfaction in their work, et cetera, et cetera. One of the unique ways we do business is by working together with sales organizations. See, there's a lot of sales organizations out there who are trying to make sales and are getting put off by customers, telling them to call back later. That's just not in their budget. Call me after the first of the year, et cetera, et cetera. I was just talking with a company the other day and explaining how this works. And I said, how many times or how often you have a customer who you know would be a good client? They're interested in your service. They just don't have it in their budget to do business now. And the CEO I was talking with, she said, every day. Said, well, rather than just putting them in your follow up list or your tickler file, rather than just calling them back later, what if you could say, what if we could help? What if we could help create for you the funding to invest in our service? Is there any reason you wouldn't be interested? It's a pretty good litmus test. It's a good smokescreen to see if they are serious about investing with the organization or just just wasting their time. Just they're just afraid to say no. She loved the idea. I was with her and her CEO or her COO, excuse me, and they just were gaga over what we could do. All they have to do is introduce us. Say, you should meet my colleague, Patrick, and his team. Let's see if they can free up some funds for you. It costs you nothing unless they can. If they can, as long as you're willing to commit to earmark a portion of it for us, we'd be happy to make that introduction. And hopefully they can help you out. They may be able to do much more for you than you even need to invest with us. And so it's a great way to help. You may run into CFOs or IT directors and others that may feel threatened by our cost reduction work. They're worried that we're going to make them look bad. All you have to do is work with them. Say, let me make you look good. Go to take an IT director and we're talking to them about their printer and copier contracts. That's oftentimes managed by that space. And we say, look, go to your CFO, say, I think I figured out a way to help free up those dollars that we've been wanting for that software upgrade or those new laptops for everybody or whatever. It said, if I can figure that out in our budget, would you allow me to have dibs? Right? Would you allow me to earmark those funds to go toward this project we've been wanting to do but have had to put off? What are they going to say? Right? You're not asking them for any more money. You're not asking them to carve it out of their existing budget or their new budget. You're saying, if I can create it, will you allow me to use it? Well, whether it's a sales organization trying to make more sales, or whether it's an IT director trying to get a project done the uh, with their CFO, what this does is it makes them our advocate, makes them a partner with us, and an organization like that can open up a lot of doors for you. You think about it, a sales organization who introduces us in this way benefits in three main ways. Number one, if it works, it endears their customer to them even more. Even if it doesn't work, it's going to earn some brownie points because they tried, right? It doesn't cost the customer anything. They appreciate that sales organization for making that effort. It puts a feather in their cap, right? If it does help free up funds, which in most cases it will, or recover funds, it's going to add to their sales. It's going to, if the company honors that agreement, they're going to earn a new customer. And lastly, we will also pay them a commission finder's fee for referring us that client. Different ways you can do that. If you just pay them a portion of your commission as a finder's fee, or we make them a reseller and you earn an override on it. It's one of the ways we compensate our field, our sales team. We pay a 50% commission. We pay an additional 10% to whoever recruited you to the team in perpetuity. As long as you are engaged, they are engaged, you're communicating. We do require that communication through our app to prove that they are supporting you or you are supporting whoever you recruit to the team. That's how our team is growing as quickly as it is. I can go on, but those are our main 7 divisions: banking, benefits, net zero. We've got our lending and finance, print copy, cost reduction, tax credit recovery. What's great about what we do, guys, is that we can open the door with any of our product lines. Maybe benefits, it's their hot button. And maybe it's the preventative healthcare initiative. Maybe they absolutely hate their printer copier contract and they want help with it. Whatever it is, we get our foot in the door, we earn their trust, we show them what we can do, and invariably we make a friend. We develop credibility, we build trust, as I said. And it's not a very big leap to then say, let me show you what else we can do. In many cases, they're going to ask you, you just saved me $200,000 on my printer copier contract. What else could you do? Right? Even before we can offer, they're coming to us saying, how else can you help us? And so it's very easy to open a door, one, make a sale, create a customer for life, and then upsell and cross sell them. If you opened that initial door, you introduce this to that client, it's your client. Even if we upsell them or cross sell them on something you had nothing to do with it, you're going to get paid. And it's in perpetuity. So as long as you're still here, as long as you're still working, as long as you're engaged, we will pay you in perpetuity on that customer. That's us in a nutshell. It's kind of a little bit about our story, a little bit about our product lines. If you're looking for an opportunity, I highly recommend you to reach out to the person who invited you to watch this video. Reach out to me. You can visit us at certaintyteam.com. It's our website. Reach out to me at plang@certaintyteam.com. It's my email. Or 888-684-3122 is our office number. Just ask for whoever you're trying to get through to. This is Patrick Lang with Certainty Management. Appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and learn a little bit about us. If you're looking for an opportunity that requires no experience, no training, we train you up to do what we do. Even though we do a lot of different things, we offer a lot of different services. I always encourage our resellers to learn one, to pick one lane that they're passionate about. Become, at least versed on that one division, and then become familiar with the others. So you can at least refer a customer to others. It's okay to say, I know we work in benefits. I'm not an expert in that area. I really can't answer your questions, but I can get you with somebody who can. Anybody can do that. You could have one day of experience and be able to say that much to a customer. You could literally go to a customer with zero experience and say, I'm not an expert. I'm brand new at this, but there are several ways that we can put money on your bottom line. We can help you make more and keep more. If you're interested, let's schedule a time and get you on a Zoom call and let the team show you how it works. Even better, I love the question: is there any reason why you wouldn't be interested in at least seeing what we can do to help? That's it in a nutshell. Appreciate you listening. Sorry for the scruff. I'm usually a little more clean shaven, but had a good vacation. It's a testament. I guess my beard, I'm wearing it and I'm going to keep it for a little while because it's a testament to how we do business, how we can do it from anywhere. You can do it from the beach. You can earn what we call beach money or mailbox money. You can earn residuals. You can earn commissions that can literally change your stars. And you can earn residuals that will pay you the rest of your life. My goal for our team is that every person on our team becomes a millionaire. That you are debt free, that you have money in the bank, you have residuals coming in equivalent to over $1 million invested, or you literally have millions of dollars in the bank. You can do that with Certainty Management and Certainty Global. You do have to interview. You have to meet with me, with Victoria Foster, with Jill McCauley. We're the three top executives for the company. You have to interview. It's not enough to just be referred. It's not enough to just apply. We have to determine if we feel like you'd represent us well and we'd be a good fit. We're very picky about who we take onto our team, but we're also growing and we are all open to new associates and new members of the family, let's say. Even if you have no experience, even if you haven't got a lifetime of sales experience, as long as you are articulate, you have people skills, you have a good attitude, and you're willing to learn, we can teach you the rest. And it comes down to whether you just go to work. If you put in the effort, if you will, you can change your stars here. I appreciate you listening again. Thanks so much. Happy New Year. I'm recording this on the January 1st, 2024. Whenever you're watching this, whenever you see this, just know that we are pleased to meet you. We look forward to speaking with you in the future. And I wish you the very best. Thanks. Bye for now.